All right, good morning. I am someone on here with me. I just sent an invite to the farm. Oh, Meg, are you on the farm page or are you on the farm page or on your page? Meg, are you there?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Hey, okay, so you're on
Hi.
you're on your personal page and not the farm page. That's okay.
First, it won't let me switch over. I'm technically on the farm page, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so that's what, yeah, and we'll make sure that we tag. Sorry, my partner just walked in the office. Dad, you're on a video right now. Okay, so this is the first of many series called Selling Santa Cruz. Megan, I am going to introduce you real quick and introduce us, and then we will get
Awesome.
going.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
for those of you who don't know me, I am Christy Whiting, Realtor in Santa Cruz County. Together with my dad, Michael Whiting, we are selling Santa Cruz. If you've lived in Santa Cruz for any length of time or you've even visited here, you know that Santa Cruz actually really sells itself. We have a beautiful coastline. The redwoods up here are gorgeous, and the historic beach boardwalk, all the things that make this community so unique. But what makes this place even more special are the people that build up this community. At Selling Santa Cruz, we're going to be showcasing small businesses, leaders, other companies in the area, because we really want to promote what makes this place so special and why we call it home. So I thought I would start today with one of my favorite local spots to eat and to visit. And I have invited Meg Igno from the Farm Bakery, Cafe, and Gifts, but it's also very formally called The Farm. And so she's going to be my first guest today. Megan, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, are you sitting at the farm out on the beautiful new patio right now?
I am. Yeah,
Uh,
it's lovely out here, surrounded by heaters, and it's beautiful.
I'm not sure why we didn't just decide to do the interview out at the farm together.
Together with
I'm sitting
coffee.
in my I'm sitting in my office and like look at my terrible ceiling. It's just sad and not inspirational. But anyways, we'll do this anyways and we will have a fun time. It's good to see you. You look
Good
great.
to see you too. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's always like, what am I gonna look like when I turn the camera
I
on?
know.
Live is
I know.
it's
I
a
got
little
I
bit
got
of
the
a
kids out the door, and we're good. We're here.
I know I've been up since like 5:30 this morning. I'm like, I have to put my hair up and do my makeup. So, anyways,
Sounds
okay.
right.
So I want to start the interview today telling you about what I love about the farm. Okay. And then
Awesome.
we'll ask you a few questions. But I don't know if I told you this. I think that I did, but I actually worked at the farm in college. So the
I
farm
had
has
no
been close to
idea.
my, you didn't know that? Yeah.
No.
So when I was attending Cabrillo, it probably was a matter of I went and grabbed lunch or like probably, let's be honest, like a dessert at the farm and I really loved it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to just work here. So I ended up working there for a few months and it was great. But even as a college student, the first thing that I remember knowing about the farm is that the farm is a place where friends and family go and gather and where they share life over a meal or a treat. It's always been a place that has been somewhere that people can go in the community and just connect with their
Yeah.
people. And
Correct.
you guys have really, I want to hear what you guys have done in this past year to really make that space even more accessible to groups of friends. But anyway, so even as a college student, I remember probably being envious of all these like groups of people coming and sitting
So
and
funny.
enjoying lunch together. But yeah, I worked there for a short amount of time. But I want to hear about your story because the farm's actually been around for 40 something years.
Yeah.
But you and your family purchased it when, and I want to hear a little bit about the story of the farm. And why it's so special operating business in Santa Cruz to you guys. So let me hear from you.
Yeah. So it was 2 years ago that we purchased the farm, and my husband and I were on very different career paths, and we were kind of making a transition, actually looking to move out of state.
Oh,
And
that's right.
that's where my husband's job was taking us, and we just were really unsure because Santa Cruz is the backbone of who we are, and we have so much family and friends here, and we've just always been such a big part of our community. Um, and then all of a sudden this came up, and it was just one of those things that we kept talking to my dad about it, and eventually he was looking at it and he was like, oh man, we've always loved it. We've always been to the farm. I grew up down the street from the farm. We've come here for fruit tarts and small gifts and lunches since as early as I could remember. It was actually, I lived next to the original farm is where I grew up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So we've been coming here forever. And he just decided to ask us to come in on it. It was nothing that we had really thought about. And then I don't know, just the conversations that started leading us into it, we just started to get excited and we had ideas and thoughts. And my dad's like, all this talk, I don't know why we're not doing this together. And that's kind of how it all started. So
that's
we
awesome.
We're the third generation of husband and wife team to run this place.
I love it.
My dad's helping us too because he's from a food service background.
Right.
And he also owns the Pixie Deli down in Real Lamar Flats. So it's been
excellent as well.
Which is excellent. So we have a little sister restaurant and then we have here, and it's been a wild ride these past couple of years though. I'm not going to lie.
We're going to get to
3 months. Yeah.
We'll get to some of those questions, but you guys bought it 3 months before the pandemic hit.
Yeah. Who knows?
And that could have really been, one of those moments, like a break it moment, right? So we'll hear a little bit about that. And then if you had to summarize what the farm is known for, because if I, ask people throughout town, I'm like, have you heard of the farm bakery? And they say fruit tarts. Their fruit tarts are the best. That's it. Right. So it's like you're locally famous for your fruit tarts. You guys also have breakfast and lunch there. Lots of other desserts. You guys have gluten-free options. You have this eclair that's massive and can feed probably a whole family. Lots of things. And then you guys also have an incredible gift shop too that I don't know everybody knows about that. You guys do gift wrapping, which I love. There's been a lot of holidays where I'll just come and say, Meg, put together something for my kids. And
so fun.
And you do, and it's so fun. So I love the farm. Okay, so let's dive into some of these questions so our community can get to know you guys a little bit more. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell me, what was the highlight from this past year for you at the for the farm?
There's been a lot. I think one of the biggest things is transitioning to working with my family and working directly with my husband. Sometimes it's a highlight. Sometimes it's really hard. We've never worked together before, so it's very new for us. But we went from commuting in separate ways our entire marriage. So it's been kind of crazy. And then we came to get to work together. And while we're usually not sitting together, but it's when we sit down at a desk to look over and know my spouse is next to me and we're building this life and this business together. It's so fun. And to sit and have coffee meetings with my dad as he comes in, it's amazing. We love it.
Do you ever look up in those moments and be like, this is our life? Like, look at what we're doing.
I know.
Yeah. What about a highlight? Oh, go ahead.
And I think too, like it's, my husband and I have always had community minded careers. So we were in EMS and, so we've always been a part of people communities, but we always went away and commuted away from our community because we commuted opposite ways. I would go to Monterey for years and he would go over the hill for years. And I think what's been so amazing is getting to know and getting to be a significant part of our own community. Like when the fires happened, Cabrillo was one of the main staging areas and we got to feed people. And just we live in Aptos, we work in Aptos, our kids go to school in Aptos. So it's just been so fun being able to get to know our neighbors in a much more substantial way. And there's nothing like getting to know people when you feed them.
Right. They'll keep coming back too. Yeah.
So that's been so fun.
Would you say that it was really the community that kept you guys going and kept you with your doors open during the pandemic? Because, you guys really you started in 3 months. It was just like, bam. And it went from, we all know we don't have to relive that moment. But, obviously your doors wouldn't be open still if people didn't keep showing up.
Correct. We, so it was March. All of a sudden, everything shut down. We have food. So, it's a blessing to be we were able to stay open and have a place to be. But it's been, oh my goodness, the people that have come and we've never closed a day. We had a small closure right after last New Year's, which was our normal planned closure. Right. We did a little bit of work, but we never closed a day. And because of our neighborhood and our community, we were able to stay open the entire time.
I love that.
It was a blessing to.
And then what would you say, Meg, is a highlight?
Staff.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, the signal's a little choppy, but I was.
I think it was a blessing to like, not only like our staff and ourselves to have just like a great place to come work every day, but just to be able to really like go through that hard time with our community. Because we were linked to our community every moment throughout the whole thing.
Right away. Right away. Okay, so maybe that's our challenge that we're going to talk. So I asked a highlight from this year. So really working with your family, maybe a low light or a challenge from this past year. So, I mean, probably like the pandemic and the staffing stuff. And what would you say was your guys' greatest challenge as a company? Is staffing. Okay.
I think staffing's hard. We did a lot. I think part of it is we were able to use the pandemic wisely, right? It doesn't help looking at all the hard times because it was hard for everyone, but we were able to do so much during it too, like rebuild the patios and create like more welcoming and beautiful spaces for our community. But yeah, so we just did a lot. So we were always busy, but I think staffing was the hardest. But it was for everyone. But we have a pretty rockin' staff, and the people who stuck with us and were here every day with us, we love working with them, and we had fun together.
Wonderful.
So they're wonderful.
Good. What are you looking forward to in 2022? Or even the holiday season? What are you looking forward to? You guys are probably starting to think about setting up for Christmas.
We are. We're setting up this Friday, so it should all be out this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a busy week, but we're just looking forward to, I think our biggest thing is what our goal is to create a space that everyone feels welcome, whether they're like meeting a colleague here for lunch or having a business meeting or meeting their girlfriend or a family or doing a study group. And that just kind of was our calling with this place, is just to make it a place that is aesthetically pleasing and people feel like welcome and, you know, that they're in a beautiful place, but then you just have customer service and smiles when you walk in the door. And so I think that's what we're looking forward to in 2022 is we're finishing our dining room remodel, hopefully this week. We've had a couple of hiccups with plumbing, but forward to, so that we can just have a bigger impact on our community.
I love it. Well, and I can tell you from the outside, you guys are doing an excellent job. And it takes a lot to come into something that's been around, you know, for so long, and the community is used to things happening one way, but you guys have really stepped in. You've handled it with grace. I know that you guys recently updated your menu.
We did.
Tarts that you've always had, and I just bravo to you guys, hats off. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up today, you guys. If you need anything, you know, this holiday season, Christmas shopping, if you need a tart, a special treat to bring to a holiday party, as well as if you need a place to meet a friend, the Farm Bakery is the place to go. And as always, or actually the next thing I want to say, if you think of anybody else that I should interview, tag them below, comment below, or send me a message. And then as always, if you have real estate needs in Santa Cruz County, Selling Santa Cruz on Instagram and Facebook, and sellingsantacruz.com is where you can find me. Thanks, Meg. Have a really good day, and we'll see you soon, okay? Bye.
Thanks, Christy. Bye.
Of course.